Sub-Zero.
I am reborn.
Would I be wrong if I said that Mortal Kombat 2 is just aura farming at this point? I mean, as if the earlier trailers didn't impress the fans enough, then they brought out the final tickets on sale trailer that hits you with another sharp bout of nostalgia. Everything that the 2021 Mortal Kombat reboot got wrong seems to have been fixed, and the things that worked fine have been made even better. Yeah, I think the final trailer has a lot of incentive for the fans to get their hands on the tickets already, because you have everything from the iconic finishing moves, fun cameos, and most importantly, the feeling of the original games complete with the perfect theme song. I don't think it gets any better than this, and pardon my excitement, but if this doesn't shoot up your adrenaline, are you even human? In this video, I will bring you crucial details that you may have missed in this blink and you miss trailer, so that you know what to expect when you head into the theater.
You wanna know my power? I am Johnny Cage.
Whip.
Johnny Cage's role is going to steal the show. This is no more a surprise because the earlier teasers and trailers all hinted at the importance of Johnny Cage's role in this movie. The makers got Carl Urban for the role, and while some of the fans are not happy with the choice, I think that Billy Butcher from The Boys fits right into the character somehow. The final trailer hits further on the importance of this role, and even the less than 2 minutes video has a significant screen time for Johnny Cage. It is also quite clear now that he is going to be a washed-up action star. There is a scene in the teaser that shows him sitting at a booth in what looks like a comic convention. He is not the center of attention, and that is putting things politely, because all the merchandise at his booth remains untouched, and not a single fan seems to be around. I guess he's someone who used to be relevant once, and now he basks in the glory of his bygone era, even though his facial expression in the trailer tells me that the loss of limelight has started to affect him. Of course, he soon finds purpose after he gets recruited for the Mortal Kombat tournament to save the world, and nothing fuels deflated ego better than a solid redemption arc. You can be sure that he will have a major part to play in the movie, and I'm not complaining, because this is one character who strikes the perfect balance between serious combat and slapstick comedy.
Johnny Cage. This is a war to the fate of your world.
Lord Raiden recruits Johnny Cage. The exact process of Johnny Cage's recruitment into this crucial content will only be revealed in the movie, but the trailer shows enough for the fans to know what to expect. As Johnny Cage gets recruited, you can hear Lord Raiden in the background as he warns him that the fate of 8 billion people on Earth hangs in a balance. At this point, Liu Kang chips in and says that if they lose one more time, the Earth will be gone. If you remember the events of the first film, it was clear that Outworld has defeated Earthrealm in 9 tournaments called Mortal Kombats, which means that one more loss will seal the deal and Outworld will completely take over, according to the rules. Unfortunately, the first movie lacked the spice of the actual tournament and the violent combat that the fans desperately wanted. Well, the wait period seems to have ended because the Mortal Kombat tournament is about to happen, and the stakes are high. Shao Kahn is a solid villain, and the voice is awesome. I couldn't take my eyes off Shao Kahn in the trailer, and he looks just as intimidating and dangerous as he is supposed to. He will surely be one of the primary villains in this movie, and the iconic appearance is complete with the Wrath Hammer that he can be seen wielding in the video. There is a quick shot of Liu Kang, and it seems to be from the same scene as before, and I have a feeling that we will see an epic duel between the two heavyweights. But there will be many other fight sequences featuring Shao Kahn, and some of the quick shots of the 1v1 fights actually have him as the villain. The towering figure with red eyes is combined with a thundering voice, and when he says,
I hope your ancestors are watching,
I literally get the chills. He can be seen fighting Kitana in one of the scenes, and the one that caught my attention the most is when I saw Cole Young in the mix of things, which brings me to my next point. Cole Young is going to die. Once again, this is something that the Mortal Kombat fans have been guessing for some time now. Cole Young was the new character added for the earlier film, and it didn't really work wonders. The teasers and trailers before the final one largely kept him out, and we were wondering if he will have no major role to play. Finally, this video shows him briefly, but he is up against the mighty Shao Kahn. In the quick scene, it does seem like Cole Young is getting the better of Shao Kahn, but I find that to be highly unlikely. I would go so far ahead as to say that he has absolutely no chance against Shao Kahn, and maybe this is how he dies. At least he deserves a death at the hands of one of the best, and I am sure the film wouldn't like to humiliate the protagonist of its predecessor.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Is it going to be bad news for the Raiden fans? This would be a big one if it does happen, but there is a scene that suggests that Raiden might be done for. The Thunder God does have a major role in the movie, right from recruiting Johnny Cage to unleashing his powers to open portals between realms. But there is this one fight scene where you pause and watch sucking the soul out of Raiden. If this is permanent, then the Warriors of Earthrealm will lose their biggest guiding force, and wouldn't that be a worthy crisis to make things interesting? You get a proper look at Quan Chi in this trailer. This cunning necromancer from the Netherrealm never really featured properly in the earlier teasers and trailers, which makes this appearance important. You can see Quan Chi, and I think the character looks on point. I am assuming that he runs a convenient resurrection business, and he is the one behind bringing Kano and Kung Lao to serve as soldiers. Also, Quan Chi's appearance in the trailer makes me wonder if the movie plans to set off the whole Chinook arc as well. The hilarious Ed Boon cameo. Maybe they could have kept this as a surprise for the final movie release, but I guess they just wanted to make this eventful final trailer even more memorable. There is a rather funny cameo featuring the Mortal Kombat co-creator Ed Boon, and he plays the role of a bartender who serves Johnny Cage another drink, while I am sure a fun little banter goes on between the two. I cannot wait to see the full version of this though. Noob Saibot in action looks cool as hell. Don't be surprised if the movie doesn't even mention the name Noob Saibot, but we all know who he really is. It's almost a haunting scene when he is called Sub-Zero and he just responds in his cold, ruthless voice.
Sub-Zero.
I am reborn.
I haven't seen a more source-accurate depiction of the character, and all the fight scenes featuring him are noteworthy, especially with a new move that he pulls off towards the end. Kano is in real trouble. Yes, this little scene in the trailer is probably meant for comic relief, but all I could think of was what it means for Kano. I am talking about the moment when we see Kano in a chokehold by Noob Saibot, and it doesn't seem like he has much of a choice aside from surrendering meekly. He desperately asks Johnny Cage to use those special powers of his, and all he gets in reply is that the action star puts his sunglasses back on. The reaction of disappointment is evident on Kano's face, but my gut feeling tells me that this is not going to be the end of him, and maybe you will even see Johnny pull off a sick move to save him. Scorpion will have his task cut out. I think visually this is one of my most favorite moments of the trailer. There is a scene where you can see Scorpion walking through a garden filled with cherry blossoms, and during the single scene it transforms into the Netherrealm as he transports Johnny Cage and Kano. I can just tell that he will have his task cut out because Baihan aka Sub-Zero is back from the dead in such a powerful avatar, and you can expect some fiery duels. The trailer has a badass sequence where Noob Saibot forms his sickle and faces Scorpion as he is split into two and taking on Scorpion from both sides. The Jade vs. Kitana fight scene might be headed in a different direction. If you pause to check out all the 1v1 fight scenes shown in the latest trailer, you will find one of them featuring Jade against Kitana. Now, those who know the history between the two will know that Jade is a childhood friend of Kitana, even though she is an assassin for Shao Kahn. While I don't know how the story will unfold, my experience of watching such films tells me that you might see her join Kitana by the end of the movie because nothing warms up our hearts more than misdirected evil finding the right way. We catch a glimpse of Adenia in the trailer. Well, this one hasn't been mentioned explicitly in the trailer, and you can feel free to challenge my thoughts here, but I believe we see the fantasy realm of Adenia in the video. As you know, Adenia happens to be one of the 6 main realms in the Mortal Kombat universe, and it resembles the Garden of Eden with lush and fertile lands and greenery all around. This is also the homeworld of Kitana, who plays a key role in the upcoming movie. This is where she begins her revenge arc against Shao Kahn for the murder of her father, King Jared, and you can see a flash of this intense duel in the quick video. Now, coming to the combat sequences, there are far too many and they all look like clips from the video games, which makes them so special. Don't miss the Mortal Kombat theme. For me, one of the most nostalgic things about the latest trailer is the music in the background, which takes me right back to my gaming days. Now, I will be terribly disappointed if it turns out that the music was only intended for the trailer footage and not for the actual movie, because I really want the theme music in the background when the deadly battles unfold on screen. The classic Mortal Kombat theme is loved by all the fans, and it would be a great fan service if they integrate this as a part of the movie as well. Every iconic Mortal Kombat move that we see. I did tell you about the authenticity of the trailer, which is evident from the finishing moves and familiar fight scenes that remind you of the video games. You see everything from Liu Kang's Dragonfire projectile to Raiden's Electric Fly, aka Torpedo. Also, I still cannot get over Scorpion's Double Spear and Kung Lao's Shaolin Shimmy from Mortal Kombat 1. Kitana really steals the show with her iconic cutting fan and fan toss with her legs, and the deadly sickle of Noob Saibot needs no introduction. What I failed to recognize was toward the end of the trailer when the sickle transforms into something that looks like a grappling hook, and I would appreciate it if any of you can find a counterpart of this move from the games, and tell me in the comments below.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now.
The trailer might only be 1 minute and 36 seconds long, but it does a great job of announcing tickets on sale, because the visuals are exactly why you would want the big screen experience. The 1v1 fights are the real deal for me, and I am quite confident that the film is going to be closer to the games than the earlier film. The trailer promises loads of action, and the introduction of the actual Mortal Kombat tournament is going to draw the fans to the theaters. Now I can see why Carl Urban called this one of the best video game adaptations ever made, because it surely has the potential to be one. I just hope that too many cooks do not spoil the broth here, and we get what the teasers and trailers have promised. Do let me know in the comments below what you think about the final trailer of Mortal Kombat 2, and also share your favorite moments from the trailer.